All right, Shalom Yasharala. Before we get started, we don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, the teaching for well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And we're back with another video, another lesson. The title of this one's going to be called The Implementation of the MOTB. All right, and the MOTB stands for Mark of the Beast. And we know what the Mark of the Beast is, or we should know what the Mark of the Beast is. But if you're new and you don't, the Mark of the Beast, that's in Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse through the 18th verse, is speaking of the RFID, all right, C-hip. All right, if you don't know what an RFID C-hip is, or chip, we try to speak in, code or terms, because our channels can get taken down. But this is an RFID C-hip. All right, mainly something like this. It's gonna go in your hand. It's like a size of a rice grain, as you see in the picture. All right, this is what they're gonna put in your hand, and you got Neuralink that's gonna put something in your forehead. Let's look up Neuralink brain, or Neuralink chip. This is the Neuralink chip. This is the Neuralink chip is a brain implant. All right, that's the forehead, developed by Elon Musk's company Neuralink. All right, you can go more into it, and we're actually going to read about it. I got an article pulled up. I got this one from right here. I got now these, this is a little old, but this is from scoopupworthy.com. It says woman pays for groceries at Whole Foods using a chip implanted in her hand, and quote, coolest thing ever. All right, and this came out April 26, 2025. It says chip implants used for daily tasks like opening doors or making payments might have sounded like science fiction a few years ago, but today it has become a reality. TikTok creator Burgundy Waller, her name is Chip Girl, and I'm sure those who listen, you heard of her before. I done a video on her before. I'm sorry, these ads, man. I want them to go away, but it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it. It says TikTok creator Burgundy Waller, which is Chip Girl, supposedly had a chip implanted in her palm back in 2020. According to her videos, she initially used the implanted chip to replace keys to unlock her house door and wardrobe. In her latest video, she unveiled that she can make payments using the chip, making life even more convenient. And that's what they wanna throw out there. They want to put in convenience for you. You don't gotta carry around your purse or your wallet. You can't, because you can lose your ID, you can lose your credit card, things like that. So they want to make it more convenient for you. If you look at the word convenient, it says fitting in well with a person's needs, activities, and plans. All right, you got other words. Says suitable, appropriate, fitting. Okay, trouble-free. All right, labor-saving. All right, useful, handy, practical, serviceable, user-oriented. Okay, so it's convenient for you. It could be trouble-free. That's a word, as you see. All right, it could be serviceable, advantageous. Okay, favorable. So they want to. It's a convenience thing. That peace and safety aspect. It says the video appears to have been taken down from her account, but was reshared on Twitter by Ben Swan, which has now gained over 145 likes and 56 reposts. All right, you can see, if you can see that in her hand. I think it's it right here, near like her thumb. But it says the video starts with Waller stating that she is at Whole Foods and will use her hand to pay for groceries. She slowly places her hand near the card machine and waits, unsure if the payment will actually go through. She asks the cashier, did it work? A second later, the machine flashes that the payment has been made successfully, and we see her shocked face. She ends the video by saying, that's the coolest thing ever. Individuals who watched the video were very curious about how the technology worked and shared their inquiries in the comments section. It says at Tim Kania suggested Apple Watch hidden under the sleeve. This cannot be entirely discredited as Waller is wearing a full sleeve top, and she could very easily conceal an Apple Watch on her. All right, and they got a video right here.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my. That's the coolest thing ever.
So she is full sleeved, but she does have a long sleeve shirt on, so it could. But if you know, and then what's that called? Whole Foods, they got what's it called? Amazon One. Yeah, palm payment. Yeah, they got this in Whole Foods. So Amazon One is a contactless payment system that utilizes palm recognition technology. All right, and they got this in Whole Foods, and soon it's gonna be all over. All right, America, and soon the world. Let's get Revelation real quick. Let's get that. Revelation 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right, we know what patience means. Okay. Patience, steadfastness, constancy. What's constancy mean? I never looked that up. The quality of being faithful and dependable. All right. Quality of being faithful and dependable. Endurance. All right. In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose and his loyalty. And this is our deliberate purpose and our loyalty to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. To faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. All right. And the greatest trials and sufferings about to come. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble, you know, famine, you know, pestilence, people, you know, dying out here in the world, you know, civil war, race wars, all of that, and sufferings. Patiently and steadfastly. So, all right. Patience means to endure. All right. Endurance, enduring, perseverance. Okay. Cheerful or hopeful. Endurance, constancy, enduring, patience, patient continuance. All right. So we got to go through the sufferings. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right, endurance, you endured, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. The Lord said he will keep you from the hour of temptation, which is which is going to be the time when the mark of the beast is implemented. And I had a definition for that. Let's see if we can get it real quick when I'm finished this. It says, which shall come upon all the world. All right, now you go into this word world. You ask a Christian, what's the difference between world in John 3:16 and Revelation 3:10? This word world in the Greek is oikomene, right? Oiko means to dwell in, all right, and gay, arable land, the ground, the earth as a standing place. So oikomene, the inhabited earth, okay, the portion of the earth inhabited by the Greeks, all right, the Roman Empire, all right, the whole inhabited earth, the world. Okay, so it's gonna come upon all the world, everywhere. All right, it says, "We shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." We're gonna be tried. All right, it tells you that in Revelation 2:10. It reads, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried." All right. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. And who's the devil? All right. Now we know the devil is a spiritual being, but it's also a physical counterpart, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, he's gonna cast you into prison. What are these prisons? You know, the FEMA camps all over America, that you may be tried. Let's look at the word tried. All right, tried. If it comes up. I think I went past it. Tried.
Strong's G 3985. Pyrazzo.
Parazzo. It says to try whether a thing can be done, to attempt, endeavor, to try, make a trial of, test, So you're gonna be tested. The Lord's gonna test all of us. Our faith is gonna be tested to see if we truly believe, for the purpose of asserting his quality or what he thinks or how he will behave himself, in a good sense and a bad sense, to test one maliciously, craftily, to put to proof his feelings or judgments, to try or test one's faith, virtue, character by enticement to sin. All right, to solicit, to solicit, or to cicilate, Salakia. We're not the best readers. To solicit, solicit to sin, to tempt. All right, so the Lord is going to try us. So he's going to try our faith. All right, to see if we, truly believe in his word. Right? So that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. All right, you're going to be in there for, they may give you a time frame. Hey, you got, a couple days, or you got a week to think about taking this, this mark, or we're going to behead you. And you shall have tribulation 10 days, be thou faithful unto death, and I'll give thee a crown of life. And that's the point. This is the major point right here. Be faithful unto death, man. All right, I'm sorry. Got to be faithful unto death. You got we're gonna need real strong faith in these in these times that's coming. And I'll give thee a crown of life. All right, now let's look at that word, implement. If I still have it up, yep. Implement.
Implement.
Now it says a tool or utensil, all right, or other piece of equipment, especially as used for a particular purpose.
Implement.
Which is the same word. It says put a decision, plan, agreement, etc. into effect. So they putting this, this plan. It's already in effect. The chip is here already. They just haven't, put it out in the forefront yet. It's just the similar words: execute, apply, carry out, perform. Okay, fulfill. All right, achieve, realize. Okay, enforce. They're gonna enforce this chip out. Okay, so you can read more on this if you like. You go to our TikTok page if you want to look at it. And we got this one right here. This is from Tech Funding News. Paradromics challenges Neuralink. First human brain implant. All right, set stage for high resolution BCI race, and this came out today. All right. Now, this is a you have Neuralink, but you also got other, companies who do the same thing as Elon Musk does. I believe it's one in China that does one, and obviously this one. Okay, so they already had these things, planned out. It says Paradromics has achieved a significant breakthrough in BCI technology, brain computer interface, marking a pivotal moment for neurotechnology and the future of communication for people with severe motor impairments. On May 14th, at the University of Michigan, the Texas-based startup completed the first successful human implantation of its Connexus BCI, signaling its entry into clinical stage operations and intensifying the race among neurotech innovators. The procedure, performed during epilepsy resection surgery, involved temporarily implanting and then removing the Connexus device in roughly 20 minutes. The device, smaller than a dime and equipped with 420 microneedle electrodes, was placed in the patient's temporal lobe, a region crucial for processing auditory information and memory. It says the demonstration not only proved the system's safety for human use, but also confirmed its ability to accurately record high-resolution neural signals at the level of individual neurons. It says Paradromics used a proprietary, like I said, we're not the best readers, EpiPen-like instrument to facilitate the rapid and minimally disruptive implantation. It says the Connexus platform offers the potential to restore communication for individuals with conditions like paralysis, ALS, or locked-in syndrome by decoding brain signals and translating them into digital commands. And let's get it. All right, they're trying to be like God. All right, that's there. Let's get Isaiah. It's Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, from rulership, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" All right, and that's talking about Esau, Edom. All right, if you read the book of Habakkuk, Salaki, we all over the place, but this is Habakkuk chapter 2:5. It says, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine," which wine in the scriptures represent, philosophies. "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell," all right, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So this man doesn't, he goes to these different countries and, tries to, you know, um, you know, spill out his philosophies. As it says wine, but he transgresses by wine, and he makes these nations, if they don't, get on board with his way, they'll send in what, economic hitman, or, they'll set up, a puppet leader. They'll take down the actual leader and set up a puppet leader in his place and destroy the whole nation. And what's that wine? The trans agenda, the LGBT, that stuff. Feminism. All right, and it's a lot more. Okay, so he's not satisfied. He has to, because he wants all people under his control, right? And that's that Isaiah, going back to Isaiah 14 and verse 13. "For thou hast said in thine heart," which your heart is your mind, "I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." All right, who the stars of God? The Israelites. I will set also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north," which is here in America. "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." This is his mind. All right, this is what he has in his heart. He will be like the Most High. He will be like the Lord. Okay, he wants to control everything, because we know the Lord controls all things. All right, on the left hand side and the right hand side, he can see everything. If you think the Lord can't see you, you're a fool. The Lord sees everything that we do. His angels see, they see everything that we do. They report back to him. Okay, so you think the Lord isn't watching you? Okay, it says in the scriptures that his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Okay, so let's go back here. It says the system is designed to enable speech, text, and cursor control for users who have lost the ability to speak or move, with initial applications targeting those with severe neuromuscular disabilities. You can read more on this if you like. All right, I'll put the link in the description or in the comment section. Okay, so this is what they move into, the implementation of the MOTB, man. We're really in that time. We just waiting on them to do it. We know Jacob's trouble has to first happen. We know that Jacob's trouble has to happen first. All right, it got to be some black swan event or false flag to happen, but you can look that up on your own if you don't know what it is. Can't do everything for you. So let's get Revelation real quick to show you. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't read 2 Thessalonians. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2 to show you. And I read verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God," all right, "or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God," which is your body, "showing himself that he is God." Let's see what temple means. Now there is an actual temple of the Lord, but your temple, is your body, right? Temple, used of the temple at Jerusalem, but only of the sacred edifice or sanctuary itself, consisting of the holy place and the holy of holies. All right, in classical Greek, it is used for the sanctuary or cell of the temple, where the image of the god or power was placed, which is distinguished from the whole enclosure. It says any heathen temple or shrine, metaphor, the spiritual temple consisting of the saints of all ages joined together by in Yahushua. All right, so there is an actual temple of the Lord. All right, which you had the first temple and the second temple, which were destroyed. But the third temple is as a spiritual temple being built. All right, we are that third temple building that spiritual. We're building the spiritual temple right now. Okay, and that temple is our bodies. That's what they want to put that C hip in. All right, so let's get that Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causeth all, right, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which the word mark in the Greek is charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, it doesn't really have to be in your right hand. It could be in either hand. You got IOIC who mocks. They say you put it in your buttocks. You know, you can go buy and sell. Well, if you got it in your body, you're gonna be destroyed. You know, period. All right. It says, and that no man might buy or sell. Let's look at buyer and selling. Okay. Buy, to be in the marketplace, to attend it. Okay, to purchase. So you can't go to Whole Foods, you can't go to CVS, you can't go to Chick-fil-A, Burger King, McDonald's. All right, you can't go to the corner store, get you a soda. All right, you can't buy or sell. Let's go sell. Sell, to barter, to sell, sellers. Okay, as a peddler, i.e. to sell whatever is sold. So you can't be in business without it. All right. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding, count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. All right, and his number is 666, which is 666. All right, now let's get the punishment if you take this mark. Let's get Revelation 16 real quick. I'm sorry. 16. I started at 1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth. And there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men. Okay. You had one point at IOIC again. We're teaching that it was talking about nations in Revelation 13 and 16. No. We just showed you it's talking about, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men, all right, which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worship his image. All right, let's look up. I think it's grievous, or is it sore? It's one of those. Noisome. I think it's grievous. Okay, yep. This is grievous. It says full of labors, annoyances, hardships, right? And the Greek word is paneros. Jump down to definition A. It says in the physical sense, diseased or blind. All right. So if you take that mark, you're gonna be diseased. You're gonna have I think it is noisome. Yep, noisome. It says the Greek word is kakos, of a bad nature. It says not such as it ought to be. It says base, wrong, wicked. It says troublesome, injurious, pernicious. All right, destructive, baneful. All right, let's look up injurious, causing or likely to cause damage or harm. So if you take that mark, you're gonna cause harm to yourself. You're gonna have a grievous sore in your hand, or you're gonna have something happen in your brain. All right, so let's go back to the 14th chapter. All right, this is the ultimate, judgment. If you take it, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast is the Roman Empire, being revived. Well, it is revived as NATO and the EU, all right, in America. And his image, the image is not the what do you say? The image isn't the picture of Jesus Christ. All right. Now it could be part of it, but that's not the image. The image is the system. Okay. It's the Roman way, or the American way, if you want to say, right? And his image was the system, and receive his mark, which we know the mark is, in his forehead or in his hand. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahushua. Okay, so that's the ultimate judgment, which you'll be burned up by nuclear destruction. when those missiles come, when they be shot off. Okay, so this is what the the implementation of the MOTB. All right, this is what they want for their new world order. They want everybody to be chipped up, to be on the grid. All right, so they can track you. That's what it really is. It's to track and trace you. See what you buying. See what you Because in the new world order, you're gonna have a digital ID. All right, digital money, which is gonna be on the. They're gonna put all that on the C-hip. You can go to the doctor. They can scan your hand. Your medical records will pop up. You have a social credit score. If they implement that, because they want to be like China. China is doing all of that. They got the social credit score. They got the surveillance. This is what they're gonna do. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, and you brothers and sisters got something out of this. You got some edification. We gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakwadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. All right, do not take the chip. All right, that's what we teach. We teaching you about it. We telling you about it. And we telling you not to take it. Have faith. Let me end off with this one. All right, this is Isaiah 65, because it tells you, it tells you in the scriptures, right? Isaiah 65 and 13. Let me highlight it. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, all right, power, Yahweh, that's his name. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. The Lord says his servants are going to eat, but the rest of the people, they're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be dying and crying. All right. So Lord, when we are the servants, all right. So don't get discouraged, because the Lord said He will take care of us. So Lord, this is edifying. All right. Till next video, I'm gonna say Shalom.